parts of the solutions for societal challenges. This came as a reminder at the grand opening of the Jamaatul Bidya wa Ikamati Sunnah Jibwis Islamic Center in Guzape, Abuja. Hawagimba reports that Vice President Kashim Shettima graced the event.
At a moment of spiritual commitment with the completion of Jibi's Islamic Center in Guzape, Islamic scholars and leaders underscore the importance of establishing an Islamic center with the aim of uniting the Muslim community. Islamic Center with modern facilities was built to cater for the spiritual needs of the Muslim faithful in Guzape. In their sermon, scholars re-echoed the need for unity amongst the Muslim faithful, urging members to see the facility as a place to preach the word of Allah while upholding good morals. They appealed to members to use the center to pave way for a brighter future for Muslims.
A multi-purpose center in Islam is beyond observing only 5 daily prayers where we converge, observe and disappear.
It's a universe for everybody to learn. And that's why we train people in good morals, in spiritual engagement so that they will be better citizens.
Masjid is the one that we are going to concentrate and then our dreams become reality.
Islam is always preaching and teaching.
The first Jumat prayer was conducted by the national chairman of Jibi's Ulama Council, Sheikh Muhammad Sani Yaya Jingir, Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima, the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, and top government officials observed the Jumat prayer with the congregation. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Now, the Sultan of Sokoto and President General Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, Muhammad Saad Abubakar, has asked Muslims to look for the new moon of Sha'ban on Saturday, 10th of February 2024. A statement signed by Professor Sambo Wali Junaidu, Chairman Advisory Committee of Religious Affairs, Sultanate Council, Sokoto, says Saturday is 29th Rajab, 1445 after Hijrah, and the day to look for the new moon of Sha'ban. The sighting of the new moon should be reported to the nearest district or village head for onward communication to the Sultan. As the 2024 Hajj season draws closer, their desire to have smooth Hajj exercise cannot be overemphasized. This came to fore at the Association of Hajj and Umrah Operators of Nigeria, Abuja's annual elections. Hawagimba reports that new leaders were elected for effective operations for the next 2 years.
The newly elected and returned president and chairman of the Association of Hajj and Umrah Operators of Nigeria, Alhaji Usman Ambosa, there in his acceptance speech, appreciated members of the association for believing in him, promising to give his best for the next 2 years.
Personally, I accepted this, and inshallah, I will continue from where we stopped. Inshallah. And our new ESCOS members, I want to assure you and I want to tell you that it's no longer going to be business as usual.
He noted that the welfare of the customers who are intending pilgrims is of paramount importance. As such, the leadership will ensure proper engagement with the National Hajj Commission and relevant stakeholders for a fair deal for all concerned. Other positions filled include Mansur Isa as Secretary, Tijani Babagora, Treasurer, Welfare and Organizing Secretary, Habib Rabiu. Public Relations Office went to Adamu Abdullahi, Abuja Zone. The election was conducted under the leadership of Alhaji Mansur Suleiman Tahir, who was supported by Alhaji Abubakar Usman and Hajia Maida Usman Garba and members. The president, Alhaji Usman, assured members of a purposeful leadership. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Away from that, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has been directed to immediately release about 42,000 metric tons of grains from the National Reserve to cushion the effects of the current food shortage in the country. This was part of the outcomes of the second emergency meeting of the Presidential Committee on Food Intervention held at the State House Thursday evening. State House correspondent Musbaudan Wahab reports that the meeting, chaired by Chief of Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila, resolved on various measures categorized into short, medium, and long-term measures to ensure food security in the country. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris, who briefed the media after the meeting, disclosed that the government equally demand release of products by Rice Millers Association from their storage.
Security has been directed in a couple of weeks, 1 month, 6 weeks, perhaps up to 2 months, 60,000 metric tons. They've agreed that they will make that available to Nigerians to bring it out to the market so that food will be made available. Now, the whole idea of this is to crash the cost of these food items. And these are measures that will happen immediately.
Planning to invest massively in agriculture or going forward, the government is equally taking a stern position against food hoarding.
Is also looking at all those who are hoarding these commodities, because actually these commodities are available in the stores of many traders. Government is appealing to them that they should open up these stores, make these commodities available in the interest of our nation. There is no point when the whole country is looking for this food. You are locking up these products so that you make more money, and then Nigerians suffer. Government is also looking at the possibility of, if it becomes absolutely necessary, as an interim measure on the short run, to also import some of these commodities immediately, so that these commodities can be made available to Nigerians immediately within the next couple of weeks.
In a similar development, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security says it is ready to commence the release of 42,000 metric tons of grains as directed by the President. A statement signed by the Minister, Abubakar Kyari, says the food items will be sold to the public at subsidized prices. The Minister says this will assist Nigerians who find it difficult to access affordable food. The food items will be disbursed to all the states from the strategic reserves of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. Global financial crisis decades ago led to economic crash in nations across the world. The Nigerian government since then began taking proactive strategic measures to revive the nation's economy to improve the standard of living of most Nigerians. Deborah Gazai Shimaika sampled the views of some Nigerians on how they are coping with the new economic realities.
Before, I would normally take a drop. But to take a drop to say now, I will need 2,000 naira. So I am taking a walk. I'm going to take a loan.
Well, economic meltdown has inculcated in Nigerians a sense of financial discipline in the recent times.
I am a retiree. I don't have the luxury of taking a Uber or drop any longer.
We are surviving. We know that the government is trying their best. I know that.
Developmental analysts offer explanation to the new trends while urging swift government and private sector interventions. Although economic analysts encourage Nigerians to have multiple streams of income, they are also advising everyone to cut down on expenses and embrace frugality.
Cash itself is not being disseminated, it's not being given out the way it was from banks and other financial institutions. That's more like a limit to cash. They might have their reasons for this. You have to find a way right now in Nigeria to survive.
Meanwhile, global trade has been projected to pick up by 2.3% in 2024 after lagging behind in 2023. In Abuja, Deborah Gazajin Micah, NTA News.
Let's now join the business desk for more on business.
Welcome to Business News This Week. I'm Hakimat Aliu, and we bring you updates from the world of business. The federal government has convened an emergency meeting to address the spate of protests in some parts of the country, following the rising cost of food nationwide. The meeting, held at the State House, Abuja, was chaired by the Chief of Staff to the President, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. It came on the heels of protests in Minna, Kano, over the rising cost of living in the country. But even with the meeting convened, it insisted there was enough food in the country and accused opposition elements of trying to exploit the high food prices and the depreciation of the naira to cause havoc. The government urged millers and major commodity traders to make their food reserves available. President Bola Tinubu has directed a special presidential committee to take immediate steps to arrest the worsening food situation. Moving on, Nigeria's one-year treasury bill was oversubscribed by 300% during the primary market auction by the Central Bank of Nigeria on Wednesday. Results from the auction showed that the one-year bill was the toast of investors. The auction covered maturities across the three different tenors: 91-day with 200 billion naira on offer, 182-day with another 200 billion, and 364-day had the highest treasury bill on offer at 600 billion. At the end of the auction, the 91-day bill received 39.90 billion offers, all of which were sold. The 182-day bill got 76.83 billion naira subscriptions, out of which 51.35 billion was allotted. And now to a local story. A Nigerian food staple common in Southeast geopolitical zone, Akpu, also known as fufu, is widely accepted by Nigerians as an energy-giving meal. Aisha Abdullahi, who interacted with an Akpu processor, brings us this report.
Blessing Ndubisi is a processor, distributor and a seller of Akpu in Kobe, a community in the Federal Capital Territory. She says her business has evolved with the use of technology. Blessing says she makes more than 1,000 wraps and supplies to various eateries, and as many comment her clean environment. She speaks on the benefits of the business to her family.
As you can see, we use much money to start. I use machine to pound it, but before, I normally use mortar. They do the fufu business like, it don't take me like 14 years. That is what I used to train my children and take care of my parents also.
Aisha Abdullahi, reporting for Business News.
And with that, we've come to the end of Business News this week. It's back to the studio for the continuation of the news.
Hello, my bro. Man, the road is so heavy here. And there's so much traffic. I think we should postpone, huh?
Not a chance. Aisha.
We don't quit, guys. I'll be there.
Done.
Two files received.
I'm on my way. Take first right in 50 meters and you're there.
Copy that. Aisha, where are you?
Guess where?
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Move. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Runway X.
The future of fashion showcasing.
Very impressive. How did you pull that off?
With Nigeria's top tech talents.
And Glow.
Power your relentless ambition with ultra-high-speed data. Glow with pride.
Thank you for staying tuned. The federal government has given the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company (AEDC) 2 weeks to fix faulty electricity infrastructure or face sanction. Chief Electrical Inspector of the Federation, Aliyu Tukur Tahir, gave the ultimatum while monitoring electricity networks in Abuja. Joshua Ojito reports.
There are reported cases of inferno attributed to faulty electrical installations. Nigerian Electricity Management Services (NEMSA) says safety of electricity consumers is key, and the monitoring exercise is to sanction defaulting distribution companies as well as sensitize residents. Faulty installations identified in parts of the FCT and reported to AEDC, but yet to be fixed after repeated calls. Also of concern is the faulty transmission line in Apo, which poses threat to lives of traders transacting under it, and NEMSA warns AEDC to act fast or face sanction.
If it is not done within these 2 weeks, then an enforcement order is going to be issued to the utility company, which is the Abuja Electricity Distribution Company. An enforcement order means that they have committed an offense and they are liable for prosecution. I'm worried in the sense that there should be investment in the networks to ensure that all these defects across the networks are effectively corrected and new networks are constructed in line with standards and regulations.
The monitoring exercise will be extended to other parts of the country. Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration has disbursed over 4 billion naira to the 6 area councils and other stakeholders as statutory allocation for the month of December 2023. The amount represents a slight increase when compared to what they shared in the month of November of 2023. Aisha Ubali reports. Now, moving on, operatives of the FCT Police Command have arrested 6 suspected armed robbers in an uncompleted hospital building, which is a blacked out spot in Utako village. The suspects, one Basara Hassan, male, 41, Daniel Charles, male, 27, Adamu, male, Oshiakam, 32, Chansi Asidi, 38, and Saliu Al-Hassan, 24, all from neighboring states bordering FCT, who were all arrested. Found in their possession and recovered were a locally made pistol, 2 live cartridges, and wraps of substances suspected to be marijuana. Further investigation about the recovered ammunition led to the arrest of one Yusuf Ilyasu, aka Tablets, said to be an ex-convict and the syndicate leader. While investigation is ongoing, the Commissioner of Police FCT, CP Benef Igwe, assures residents of his unwavering commitment to make Abuja a hell for criminals and to ensure safety of all. Emeka Obekolo has vowed to bring his 30 years experience across the legal profession, trade policy, and socio-economic development to bear as new president of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry. This was at his inauguration ceremony at the International Conference Center, Abuja, where Deborah Gazajimaika reports.
Nigeria proud.
It is strictly a community of business mogul present here to witness the inaugural ceremony of one of their own as the 12th president of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry, ACCI. The new vision for the industry, which is about to define the business landscape of Abuja, will rely on the cooperation of the new executive members and relevant stakeholders to actualize the collective vision of a thriving business community in the FCT.
Initiatives that promote sustainability, harness the power of technology, and empower our youth.
Chief Emeka Obegolu, former president of the Pan-African Lawyers Union and founding partner of Greenfield Chamber, taking over from Al-Mujiba Abubakar after elected at the 33rd Annual General Meeting, among other new executive members.
Gratitude also goes to the royal fathers of the day, the Obi of Onitsha, His Royal Highness Igwe Nnameka Achebe.
Members of the diplomatic corps and the traditional institution celebrated the new president of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce.
Rapid inflation and the loss of value of the naira are driving up local prices day by day.
Everybody, we see what I'm saying is not this thing that he was performing excellently more than he has been doing.
High points of the event was the handing over proper in Abuja. Deborah Gazaji Michael, NTA News.
Now, back to our earlier reports of Aisha Ubali, where we reported that the Federal Capital Territory Administration has disbursed over 4 billion naira to the 6 area councils and other stakeholders as statutory allocation for the month of December 2023 is ready. Aisha, let's hear from you.
Of State Dr. Maria Mahmoud, who presided over the 185th Joint Accounts Allocation Committee JAC meeting, expressed satisfaction over the synergy between the Satellite Towns Development Department (STDD) and the area council authorities as regards waste collections and management. Commenting on the report submitted by the FCT Primary Healthcare Board, the minister tasked the board to expand its scope beyond the routine immunization, stressing that drugs and personnel should also be given adequate attention. However, a breakdown of the figures released during the JAC meeting indicates that the sum of 2,364,151,892 naira 54 kobo was made available to distribution to the 6 area councils, while the sum of 2,452,076,023 naira 2 kobo was made available to other stakeholders. In Abuja, Aisha Ubali, NTA News.
Thank you, Aisha. Let's now turn the sports text for Sports Brief.
Nigeria's D Tigers defeat Senegal to kick off Olympic qualifications with a win in the Basketball Olympics qualifying campaign. Their resilient counterpart took the second quarter by a landslide 28-17, but it was just a temporal momentum. The coach Wakana-led team led the remaining sessions until the total point 72-65 and ultimately sealing their first group victory. They currently lead Group 2 and will face off against USA ladies later today. To football, amidst unlikely news making the rounds that Nigeria's shortstopper Stanley Wabali is being threatened by some angry South Africans where he plays professional football after denying their qualifications at the ongoing 2023 AFCON in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. His club side coach has further rained encomium on the goalie for his steadfastness and show of professionalism. The 27-year-old Chippa United #1 man has kept 4 clean sheets out of 6 matches and is poised to claim the Golden Glove Award on Sunday when Nigeria tackles Cote d'Ivoire in the final kickoff slated for 9 p.m. Nigerian time. Similarly, following the presidency's visit by the Vice President Senator Kashim Shettima to the Super Eagles of Nigeria in Cote d'Ivoire, the federal government of Nigeria has promised to reward the Super Eagles for their commitment and dedication to reaching the finals. Accompanied by some governors, Minister of Youth and former NFF President alongside his successor, Alhaji Ibrahim Gusau, with former legends thanked the players and their officials in the dressing room for their hard-fought victory over South Africa in the semi-finals, saying that the government and the people of Nigeria are proud of their accomplishment and huge reward awaits their victory at the finals. The Super Eagles will take on tournament surprise team and host Cote d'Ivoire in the final on Sunday night at the 60,000 capacity State Olympic Alassane Ouattara Stadium. With Sports Brief, Gideon Yohana, NTA News.
Thank you, Gideon. With our Sports Brief, we come to the end of our bulletin for now. Do join us tomorrow for more news. I am Abdullah Hajia saying good night.